Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
And I'm Mike.
And we're here to talk to you guys today about the Tesla Powerwall.
The Tesla Powerwall is an energy storage system designed for the home.
So kind of the idea here behind the Powerwall and a lot of the other energy systems that are out there is to provide backup power to either the whole house or loads that you deem as essential for any sort of grid outage.
Yeah, so here on Long Island we've been through a lot of blackouts related to storm activity. A couple years ago we had a really bad one, and you could be out for several days. Before energy storage systems like the Powerwall came out, even customers with solar would lose power, and a lot of people think that solar will protect you in an outage, and unfortunately it's really not enough to do the trick. The National Electric Code prevents you from being able to have your solar on unless you can disconnect from the grid. So the Powerwall system actually gives you the opportunity to island yourself from the grid and keep your solar going to back you up during those grid outages. So the solar charges the battery powers the loads in your house, and if sized properly, could keep you going for several days or more during those outages.
Yeah, so just think about this as a generator, but the fuel source, instead of being gasoline, fossil fuel, you're using the electricity right on your roof that's getting sent down.
Yeah, so one of the questions we get sometimes is, can you use a Powerwall without solar? And you can, but you're going to have a limited amount of autonomy where you'll be able to run off the grid. Once that battery power runs out, that's it.
Yeah, not only that, you're kind of disqualifying yourself from some of the attractive tax credits that come with pairing a battery with a PV system.
Yeah, and there's really good tax incentives both from New York State and the federal government for both energy storage systems like the Powerwall and solar systems as well. And like Sean said, bundling those together, you can see some pretty significant savings and rebates. So we have some frequently asked questions here. And so the first one we have here is, how much can one Powerwall back up?
Okay. So one Powerwall, think of it as your essential loads kind of deal. Your refrigeration, some lighting, receptacles, maybe a circulator pump for a heating system in your house. Something small. Each Powerwall, the individual unit can push out about 30 amps. So 5,000 watts continuous out.
Yeah, and we find that the best use case is when you can do whole home backup. Most homes on Long Island are going to require 2 Tesla Powerwall batteries in order to achieve that. Really, you should think of the Powerwall system as a scalable storage system. So one battery, while it has a lot of power in it, can only do so much in terms of the size of the load that it can support, like Sean was talking about, but also the duration of autonomy, or the amount of time that you can run while disconnected from the grid. Adding more batteries to the system is going to give you the ability to run those larger, heavier load appliances, but also give you a longer autonomy time. So it's our recommendation in most cases that if we're able to, we're going to try to set it up so we can run everything in your house off the battery. Yeah.
So the other side of the coin too is, the more of these units that you put in, the more fuel you want to push into these. So that's when we get into system sizing. You wouldn't want to have 3 Powerwalls and only have 10 solar modules on your roof. You'd want to make sure that you're kind of accommodating, really the amount of capacity that this can take to actually keep it charged.
Yeah, and so that's a lot of information. That's a lot of stuff to think about. Sean and I and our engineering team here at SUNation our job basically is to look at your home. We send a site evaluator to your house to evaluate the loads that you have in your main service panel, and also to check out your electrical service and everything else. If you have existing solar, we can look at that. Or if we're looking to add solar to your house as part of your energy storage project, we gather all the data that we need in order to appropriately size the system to meet your goals for being backed up during an outage.
Yeah, and exactly, just to reiterate what Mike said, existing customers, if you have solar on your roof, we can pair this with any kind of inverter technology, whether it be a DC string inverter, like a Solar Edge optimized system, or microinverters.
Yeah, so the important thing to think about if you are interested in energy storage is start thinking about what your goals are. Try to imagine yourself in a scenario if the power was to go out. What would be those items in your house that would really make a difference for you to have during those outages? Would you like to have a system that's partial or the whole home? We find that the most cost-effective installations are the ones where we're backing everything up in the house. And it's also nice because it gives you the flexibility to make that decision in the moment instead of having to plan for every scenario.
I personally prefer air conditioning.
Yeah,
So I would be a 2 or more Powerwall kind of guy.
Yeah, air conditioning is one of those large loads in your house. So if you're even thinking about putting central air on your battery backup system, you're looking at probably 2 batteries as a minimum, depending on the size of your house and everything. So yeah, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about system sizing and get some answers about what would be appropriate for your home, the step would be to contact SUNation. You can reach us at SUNation.com. There's also a link in the description below where we can get you set up with a consultant to talk about your goals and then ultimately have a site evaluator come and check out your property to determine what system is going to work for you. Yeah, so that's all the frequently asked questions we have for today. If you guys would like to learn more, or if you're interested in seeing what an energy storage system on your house would look like, again, I encourage you to check the link in the description below or visit us at SUNation.com.
Thank you guys for watching. Take care.